I'm just taking 1 minute because I have to go for live. 1 second.
We can also I told him you don't call him. If you call him, then he'll say you come tomorrow. Because immediately we want to know what it is, we want to start the treatment.
गुरमीत जी अपने आप को म्यूट कर दीजिए, आप भी आप प्लीज म्यूट योरसेल्फ. In the meantime, when it is live stream, just let's revise what we learned in the last two sessions. So anybody wants to try? What are the 4 A's for responsibility? Anybody wants to try? Anybody was present? I think Bhagwan Das ji was present in both the sessions. No?
Yes, Manish.
Yeah.
It was first one was awareness, like yesterday also the same thing I said.
Yes.
No.
It's a good thing to revise first and then go. Yes. Acceptance was there. Yes. But uske pehle tha acknowledgement.
Acknowledgement, that's true.
Yes. Great. So awareness, acknowledge, action, and acceptance.
Action was the last.
Last, yes. Yes. Acceptance and action. Great. And what are the 4 R's जो हमने सीखा था? 4 R's that we learned.
Responsibility.
Yes.
Then we have got.
उसके बाद क्या होता है? Responsibility. When you take responsibility for your own actions, and remorse. Yes, Vaishali.
Remorse.
Good. Yes.
Then say sorry.
Yeah. तो sorry बोलने से क्या होता है? Restoration होता है, and then renewal. And then renewal. Great.
That's true.
Yes.
Great.
So we are live. So we are down. Yes, yes, Rimple. So let's start with the third session of locus of control. So over to you, Bhuvaji. Yeah.
Hey, 1 second. Okay. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Good evening to everyone. Good morning. Ram Ram. Walaikum Salam. So Jivan Jaj welcomes everyone on the third day of series Locus of Control. So yeah, thank you, Manish. As he revised with you the 4 A's of responsibility. So that day, Bhuvaji, we can just go through the revision, right? So second day, we have done balance, EQ, that emotional quotient. So let's take a quick revision. Bhuvaji, can you take it? Quick revision.
Yes. Okay, so that means last when we took it on Friday, that is our forgiveness. We did the whole way of how to forgive by having the responsibility, remorse, sorry, and then renewal. So that is how you forgive. Then we come down to the next. That is, you can just click if you want also. That is gratitude. And then we told you the difference between gratitude and thankfulness. Then the sense of appreciation is also gratitude. Respect is also gratitude. Doing goodness is also gratitude. Acknowledging is also gratitude. Move on. Appreciation, grateful. You can see all these things are written on the thing. You can just click it.
There is a very thin difference between thankfulness and gratitude. Right?
Yes.
So can someone explain us what is thankfulness and gratitude in one word? You can write it in the chat box. You can see on the screen.
Thank you is for something which you receive or give. And
Yes.
gratitude is for something which you already have and you are thankful to God for that.
Excellent. That is too good. So your concept is clear. I think everyone who just उन्होंने अभी सुना है, ठीक है? So we should always be in gratitude. This is a permanent bliss. Now, how we can be grateful? So that day she explained you, Indri Kaur ji. So we should be engaged in act of kindness. We need to appreciate people, small things also. Compliment, and very important that day Bhuvaji said, let go things. And this is, what is spiritual part? Yes, Bhuvaji, you can just take a revision.
Yes.
What is spirituality?
And spirituality is the way of life. How you're to raising your EQ is also spirituality. Living in the present, living in the moment, or living in the now is also spirituality. Awareness of yourself, the self-awareness. The law of attraction. The law of attraction is the law of the universe. So when you carry all the virtues, is also spirituality. So you have to understand what is spirituality. Spirituality doesn't mean saying Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Ram, Ram. Spirituality is the way of life. So when you have all this, you increase, you balance your emotions.
Yes, Boji, now over to you. So we can start with the day 3,
Okay. Okay.
assertiveness.
Yes. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Good evening to all. Good morning to the overseas and Ram Ram Ji. So today we are on the third day. One thing remember, every session is connected to it. We are now on a journey of how to empower. We are very weak. We are empowering each and everyone. And that is why it is called the human empowerment. So the first day was very important. Second day is very, very important. It is all interconnected because we are now just taking in all the virtues. Now, today we come on to the assertiveness. Now, assertiveness cannot be applied until we go to the first 2 sessions. We need all those qualities inside us. Now, what do you actually mean by assertiveness? In a very simple word, we say that doing right things in a right way. Doing right things in a right way or taking a stand. बड़ी बार लोग कह देते हैं कि जी बड़ी बार सिचुएशंस आती हैं, हम उनको एक बारी माफ किया, 2 बारी किया, 3 बारी किया, बट वो चीज तो they take us for a right. They take us for a right. So what happens? Then we have to say that we take a stand. That is assertiveness, doing the right thing in the right way. That's very important. How to do, when to do, why to do, what are the dialogues, all that we have to learn. So what happens, ki assertiveness is very, very important when we have to empower ourselves. Now, before we understand how to take this assertiveness, art of assertiveness, we have to understand that there are 2 more things that come between them. That is passive and aggressive. Passive, aggressive, and assertive. There are 3 of them. So what is passive? Yes, can you just remove it from the screen, Beta? What is passive? Now, passive, we say, for example, someone is standing on a line. We're going to go for a movie. Someone is standing on the line. And someone from behind, right at the end, comes and stands in the front. So how do we behave? There are 3 types of people who can behave in 3 ways. One of them will say, the person who's behind it, they will say, just keep quiet and tolerate ki shanti bani rahe. Chalo, I cannot speak. So keeps quiet. These people are called passive. The other one will be, a person will come up and say, and start fighting and just say, just please go back and all you have come. And they start becoming rowdy and violence over there. These are called the aggressive. And there's a third one who takes a stand. A graceful way of how to explain to the person that you came late. There are many people standing on the line. So it's my request that will you just please go back. So do you voice it out? And the correct interpretation you give to that person is called assertiveness. This is very, very important in spirituality also. This is very important in life also. But in spirituality, usually people think कि भाई हम तो नाम जपने वाले हैं, हम तो नित्य करने वाले हैं, तो जो भी आता है वो हमको लताड़ के चला जाए, हम उनको खाली माफ करते रहे. ये बड़े बड़े बच्चों ने हम लोगों को क्वेश्चन करते हैं. They usually, I will please request everyone to please come onto the screen. It is very depressing to see blacks. It is my request to all of you, please, please, please. Yes, Vacha, please, that's my request to all of you, yes. All of you, Vacha, yes, all of you, yes. very, very depressing. We are not even able to have an eye contact also. Yes. Yes, Harpreet, all, Pooja, Ramita, Manish, Zoom, everyone, please is my heart. So many a times children tell us कि भाई कोई भी आता है वो हमको लताड़ के चला जाता है, तो we are not able to say anything, but हम लोग उनको forgive ही करते रह जाते हैं. So what do we do? So we say कि no, अगर हम उनको we will not communicate with them, then what happens? We are just fanning their egos. We are just fanning the ego. The person से हमको तो कोई कुछ कहता ही नहीं है, इसको तो जो मर्जी कह लो. No. We must take a stand, but that only we can take a stand when we are assertive about it. To be assertive about it means to take a stand. That means the first 2 days lesson is very important. We must have the knowledge of what is right and what is wrong. What time should be taken? No action has a reaction. We are supposed to give an action with a response. All that knowledge is very, very important for us. The 2 days lessons are very important. That creates a very strong art of assertiveness where we can take a stand. So how do we take a stand? That how, when, why. So that the communication with the other person is very flawless, very graceful, without hurting the person, without getting yourself hurt. You put the problem across. You put the problem across. And 101%, if your assertiveness, your art of assertiveness is good, very well trained, your emotional EQ is strong, you have taken your responsibility, you are aware of yourself, then it definitely works. The assertiveness works. Otherwise, we are usually in the passive. किसी ने हमको कुछ कह दिया, कुछ हो गया घर पे, because triggers are going to come in life with us. Many triggers are going to come in life. So what happens? We are very passive about it. We do not speak. We have a low esteem. We are scared. And we just say, ki shanti bani rahe. We cannot speak. So what happens? We don't have the confidence. We don't have the knowledge actually also. We are under a myth that if we say anything, it will hurt other people. So what happens? We do not speak up. So these are the passive people. We are not supposed to be passive. Then otherwise, they become aggressive. A person has told us something, so we become aggressive. We have an action with a reaction. We are not bothered to see it hurts anyone. We do not see the time. We do not see how we are speaking, the way we are speaking, the language we are using, because we don't have the knowledge. Because our EQ is very low. Because we are full of anger. We are full of stress. We do not know how to control it. So we are in an aggressive mode. This aggressive mode also काम बिगाड़ देता है. Even passive, even aggressive. That is why we have to learn the art of assertiveness. This assertiveness is very, very important because people cannot take you for a ride. Don't think that we are on the path of spirituality or on the path of truthful living. Anyone can take you for a ride. You have to exercise this art of assertiveness. But this art of assertiveness, you must know what it is exactly. What do you mean by taking a stand? When you're taking a stand means you have to be a very good listener. You must be very well aware of yourself. A self means that you know your own identity. This is spirituality. And when you know you are very aware of yourself, you are a good listener, you have that confidence, you have a self-esteem is high, then what happens? All these qualities in you bring in, that confidence into you to how to put a problem in front of the other person. When to put it, how to put it, where to put it. That's very important. Then we never have an action with a reaction. We have an action has come, a trigger has come, we take the responsibility, we respond. With the ability is that strength that we have made with all those 2 days, so the strength, that ability we have created of how to respond. And how do we respond? Being very well aware of ourselves, of our qualities, that we are the soul conscious. We are very well aware of our virtues. We have that self-confidence. We are very good listeners. We have the knowledge. Knowledge is very, very important. So when we're carrying all these tools and then we respond to a person, means that we're taking a stand. We are having the art of assertiveness. I'll give you just an example. For example, if someone is come and someone has told you something very bad, something very rude and something bad, एक बारी बोल दिया, कुछ टाइम बाद फिर बोल दिया, 3 बारी बोल दिया, they keep on repeating. You can say passive is down the drain. And if it is, you can say aggression, is a very big battle that's going to be between the two of you. But assertiveness is what, when 3 times it happens, then you can take a stand. Assertiveness, where you apply your language, you understand, you're a good listener, you have all the concepts very clear because you're going to get into the person's shoe. You're going to be spiritual, empathetic. And you are actually going to explain to the person with your body language. This is also one of the knowledge. Because when you touch that person also, there are certain type of enzymes and chemicals that are being excreted, which cools the person. Never have an action with a reaction. A person who's going to be using the art of assertiveness will never have an action with a reaction. वो समय के लिए wait करेगा, pause करेगा, सोचेगा. He'll choose his language. He'll understand the situation. He will think how to tackle the situation. He has the confidence. He will see that the other person doesn't get hurt also, or मामला भी सब बढ़ जाए. He should also not be in the thing. He has to see all the areas have to be very well, and then he moves forward to talk to that person. Definitely solutions will come up. Solution will come up. This is when we are using the art of assertiveness, taking a stand. And this should be used when people on the path of spirituality or the path of truthful living. बड़ी बार लोग कह देते हैं जी हम तो नाम सिमरन करने वाले हैं, हम तो नित्य-नेम करने वाले हैं, हम तो पाठ पूजा करने वाले हैं, हमको कोई भी कुछ कह देता हम तो चुप करके सुन लेते हैं, हमारा no, sorry, we are just fanning the egos of the other people. So when you are taking this assertive, you can say the art of assertiveness, you are actually helping the other person also. You're helping the other person to grow also. You are also growing, but you help the other person to grow. You can handle the situation very gracefully at that time. You bring up with a lot of solutions also. We learn a lot of things in it. So the art of assertiveness is very, very important for us. Now, people who are using the passive, they are just thinking that I must not hurt the other person and मैंने दूसरों लोगों को खाली देखना है, वो अपने आप को नहीं देखता. इस करके वो चुप करके बैठ जाता है. People who are in the aggressiveness, art of aggressiveness, they only think about themselves. मैं ठीक हूँ, बस मैं हूँ, and in this narcissists come over here. They only think about themselves. They're not bothered about anyone else. They are the art of aggressiveness. And people who think only about the others, they are the art of passive. Now, the art of assertiveness is the best. This comes under spirituality also. Because they have very strong EQ. उनके मन की जो अवस्था होती है, the spiritual muscles are very strong. They are very confident. They don't hurt others and they don't hurt themselves. Because they love others and they love themselves. So this art is very, very important. Now, if we understood this, that this is the art of assertiveness, then what is it? Then why we are not able to practice this art of assertiveness? Why? Because we have the low confidence in us. Maybe we are having some past experiences and we have creating a certain type of myths, we are carrying. That is why we are not able to have this art of assertiveness. Or maybe because of some person's attitude, unke behavior is not good, so we are not able to use this, exercise the art of assertiveness. Or maybe there is a group, we want to fit into the group. We are not being accepted, we want to fit into the group. So what happened? Wahan pe bhi hum art of assertiveness nahi use karte, because we just want to fit into it. So we become very passive. Okay, theek hai, jaise log kehte waise chal pado. So what happens at times, we don't want to have the humiliation from the people. Then also we don't exercise the art of assertiveness. That is why we do not use it. But then these are all myths. These are all myths. So what happens? How do we, what are the things that we benefit if we use the art of assertive? What do we benefit? You will see that you are going to boost up your self-esteem. So we have to learn to boost our self-esteem. We are always in the blame games. We are always tagging ourselves. We are labeling ourselves. I am very low. I am a failure. We always keep on tagging ourselves and our esteem goes low. So what happens when we use this being of assertiveness? We boost up our assertiveness of our self-esteem. Then when we are using or exercising or executing this art of assertiveness, what happens? Our stress and anger, we are able to control. We're able to control our stress and anger. We can make decisions. Art of assertiveness, taking stands, help us to improve to making decisions. They are able to help us to recognize, to help us to improve ourselves. Every time, whenever we use this art of assertiveness, we are improving ourselves. And remember one thing, when we are using the art of assertiveness, when we take a stand, the very correct way of taking and executing the way of taking a stand, we are first helping ourselves. We are growing. We take good decisions. And the foremost, we help the person with whom we are using or executing this art of assertiveness. So in spirituality, this is very, very important for us, that we have to have this third. Assertiveness is most important for us, but usually we are not. Sorry to say, we are not. Very few of us. Usually we action and a reaction, or permissiveness, or we can say that we are very, very low esteem. So what have we do? When we are taking and executing assertiveness, we are putting a boundary. मैंने जब एक बंदे को बिठा के मैंने उसको एक्सप्लेन किया, उसके साथ मैंने उसको लिसन किया, उसकी बात सुनी, उसको एक्सप्लेन किया where the things are wrong, and the correct time, responding with all my knowledge, with my spiritual empathy and all, then the next time I draw a boundary. Then no one crosses that boundary. So we have to learn. These are all arts of how to take a stand for us. And people who are usually taking this type of a stand, or we can say assertive, art of assertiveness, you will see they have eye contact. They are always having eye contact. Permissive, very easily, they will not have eye contact and they will look down. Art of a certain eye contact is going to be there. They communicate, and they communicate with all their feelings on the table. They're on the table with the feelings. And the intents are very good. The art of assertiveness people are, their intents are very good. They are very confident. Their self-esteem is very good. They have a lot of knowledge of what is right and wrong. So this assertiveness is a part of spirituality. Okay, all people, we take students, all have to take stand, parents have to take stand and all, but it plays a very big role in spirituality. So that is why to reach the art of spirituality, we have to go through the first session of responsibility, because responsibility, we have learned how to become aware of ourselves, and being aware of ourselves is spirituality. Knowledge is our guru. Reading history, geography is one part, but taking the knowledge from all the scriptures is what? Is how to enlighten yourself. How to have control over your emotions. Very important. And if you go on to the next day also, you see emotions are where? मन के अंदर है. ये मन के अंदर जो emotions हैं, इसके अंदर thoughts है, feelings and emotions हैं. इसको balance, और balance करने के लिए इसको हमको responsibility लेनी पड़ेगी. हमको knowledge भी लेना पड़ेगा. और जब हमको ये सारी चीजें हमको पता लगी हैं, then only we come into assertiveness. Then only we can take a stand. Without all these, we cannot take a stand. हमको knowledge ही ना हो, तो what we will take whenever we want. एक बंदे ने हमको एक बात कह दी, तो मैंने फटाक से बोल दिया. No. एक बंदे ने मेरे को कह दिया, I know the art of assertiveness. I have to have a pause. I have to respond. I'm not going to react. So assertiveness is a very, very important part of spirituality. And this is a very important part of empowerment. Where are we empowering? Not empowering the physical body. Physical body empowerment is done in the gym. Going for a walk, taking nourishing food, healthy body, physical body. But we are empowering the consciousness. हम अपने मन को तगड़ा कर रहे हैं. अपने मन के मसल्स को तगड़ा कर रहे हैं. तो मन को मसल्स को तगड़ा करने के लिए हमको क्या चाहिए? We need beautiful thoughts and beautiful emotions and feelings. That is why the EQ is very strong. So when our EQ is very strong, that is why we can take a stand. Now, I'll give you a very simple example. When you go to a gym, I think I must have explained yesterday or day before that you go to a gym, हम weight उठाते हैं. Weight हमारे से गिर जाता है क्योंकि हमारा muscle is very weak. Now, when we take nourishing food and a trainer trains us, then with few days, our muscles become strong and we pick up the weight. 20 kg, 30 kg, 40, we keep on increasing the weight. Then all of a sudden, when we take about 30 kg, 40 kg, we just drop the weight because our muscles are not strong. Then again, we build up those muscles. We build up the muscle. Then we pick up the 40 and the 50, 60 kgs. That means our muscles are becoming strong. So also our muscles of our मन का जो spiritual muscles हैं, उसको strong करने के लिए हम लोगों को उसके अंदर क्या करना पड़ेगा? उसको भी diet देनी पड़ेगी. किस चीज की diet? The first day responsibility, education. Very, very important. Knowing the difference between knowledge and wisdom. हमने knowledge wisdom को same समझ लिया था. तो हमको पता लगे कि नहीं, जिस दिन हमने knowledge पा लिया उसके ऊपर चले हैं तो वो wisdom बन गई. That is our experiences. That is the energy that we are creating. That is the beautiful energy that we create in the man. When we become aware of ourselves, we are communicating with ourselves. Then we're taking all the virtues. So what happened? Beautiful energy of love, of forgiving. All that of gratitude, appreciation. All that is what? That is the food for my मन के लिए. वो जब मन के लिए वो food आता है, तो वो क्या होता है? वो तगड़ा होता है उसका. पहले क्या खाना था? Low esteem, anger, stress, गुस्सा, jealousy, bitterness, ego. What? Our muscles were weak. Now we have given what food? We are giving them a different food. So in these 3 days, what food have we given them? We have given them all the knowledge. We are giving them the wisdom. We are giving the appreciation, the gratitude. We are strengthening all the EQ. We give them all the virtues, acceptance, let go. And now what have we given them? Assertiveness. So now when a situation comes in front of us, our muscles are strong. First we bear it. We can take it. Then slowly we understand, no. These are things which we have to communicate with a person. We are not going to fan the person's ego, and we have to take a stand. Now we have all the knowledge and we are able to execute it. So what happens? We can solve the problem. That means मेरे जो मन का जो muscle है, the spiritual muscle has become very strong. That is why assertiveness is very, very important. So what happens? This is called human empowerment. We are strengthening the muscles of the consciousness. Our spiritual muscles are becoming stronger and stronger. So today, assertiveness was the third day where we are strengthening the human empowerment. Our human मन का जो मसल है, जिसको हम कहते हैं हाई स्पिरिट. जो मर्जी तूफान आ जाए बाहर से, जो मर्जी कुछ हो जाए, but we are not going to fall. ऐसे टेढ़ टेढ़ी एकदम नहीं होवांगे. चढ़दी कला विच रहांगे. High spirit with we will handle all these situations, the problems that come in life. Why? Because जो खाना अपने अपने मन को दिया ना 3 दिन में, बहुत बढ़िया खाना दे दिया हमने. So I think Manish, you can carry on if you can add any more to it.
Yes, so my question to all of you is, how many of you find it difficult to stand up for yourself? You think that you are right, but because you have been conditioned since childhood, हमें बचपन से सिखाया गया that you should not argue with elders, or maybe you should not hurt others' sentiment, and maybe you are not like able to express yourself. How many of you feel like that? मुझे तो कई बार ऐसा लगता था that I am not able to express myself freely. Okay, Ravinder ji is saying yes. Okay, anybody else? Let's be true to ourselves, because Pooja is saying yes. Zoom user, sorry, your name is not there. Me too. So how do you feel? Ravinder ji, can you unmute yourself? Or Pooja, can you unmute yourself? And just explain ki when you are not able to express your thoughts, your feelings, just because that someone may feel offended, how did you feel?
एक बुआ जी दी क्लासेस पहले तो सबको सत श्री अकाल. बुआ जी दी क्लासेस अटेंड करन तो बाद बहुत बहुत चेंज आया है अपने अंदर. सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस. मैं किसी ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੀ ਸੀ. ਇਵਨ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਡਾਂਟਿਆ ਸੀ. ਬਟ ਦੇ ਵਿਦ ਗॉड ਕਿਰਪਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਅੱਛੇ ਹੈ. ਪਰ ਇਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਹਰ ਵੇਲੇ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਮਤਲਬ ਇੱਕਦਮ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜਵਾਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਮਝ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਕਿ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਜਵਾਬ ਦਵਾਂ. ਚਾਹੇ ਵੱਡਾ ਹੋਏ ਚਾਹੇ ਉਹ ਛੋਟਾ ਹੋਏ. I could not express my feelings. ਦਿਲ ਚ ਕਦੀ ਵੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਲਈ ਦਿਲ ਚ ਕਦੀ ਵੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਲਈ ਦਿਲ ਚ ਕਦੀ ਵੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਲਈ ਕੋਈ negative feeling ਨਹੀਂ ਆਈ. But still I can't express myself.
Okay.
I don't know why.
No problem. See, this is all about building your spiritual muscle, like Bhuaji said. So it will not come overnight that हमने 2-4 session attend किया, 2-4 महीने attend किया. Because see, I guess you must be in your 50s or 60s. That we have been conditioned.
I am 70.
Okay, you don't look like 70. Wow. Okay. So for 70 years we have been like conditioned in a certain way. So that conditioning won't go away in a few weeks or a few months, because like spiritual muscle, like gym में जाते हैं, body building करते हैं. It takes years maybe to build your body, physical body. So this is your like consciousness. So very important that we go to the roots, what we learned in the first 2 sessions, and get associated regularly. Because every day you have to strengthen your muscles. जैसे हम gym छोड़ देते हैं, कैसे muscles वापस weak हो जाते हैं. So it is very important. So कैसा लगता है आपको? So how do you feel, Ravindra ji? How do you feel if you are not able to express?
मैं ना फिर writing शुरू कर देती थी. I write poems and write my feelings in a copy. They give me very much strength. Very much strength.
Yes. Good. तो you are expressing through writing. मतलब आप बोलना चाह रहे हैं कि whatever you feel, भले आप बोल नहीं पा रहे, आप उसको लिख के आप express कर रहे हैं. That's a good way. That's a good way to express. But see, what I feel, Ravindra ji, even I was brought up in a very similar environment, because my father was very strict, and I was brought up कि you should always respect your elders. बड़ों की बात माननी चाहिए, दूसरे को hurt नहीं करना चाहिए. And कहीं ना कहीं my self confidence dropped. That
Same
I
is
was
my
like.
mother. My mother always say कि मिठा बोलो, सबकी इज्जत करो. ਜਦੋਂ ਮੇਰੀ मैरिज हुई ना, इधर बिल्कुल उल्टा सी. मेरी मदर इन लॉ बहुत बोल्ड सी. कुछ ज्यादा ही बोल्ड सी. मतलब शी इज लविंग आल्सो. आई डोंट कंप्लेन एनीथिंग. बट ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਥੋੜੀ ਬੋਲਡਨੈਸ ਵੀ ਸਿੱਖੀ. ਐਵਰੀ ਚੈਪਟਰ ਆਫ ਲਾਈਫ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕੁਝ ਨਾ ਕੁਝ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਜੋ ਮੇਰਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਕਰਦਾ. ਮੇਰੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਬੋਲਡ ਹੈ. ਹਾਂ.
Very true, Ravinder ji. Yeah. So somehow balance out हो गया थोड़ा that that you got a bold mother-in-law and bold children. But see, what I feel now, what I feel that along with responsibility, we human beings have certain rights also.
You are right.
So what we have forgotten that what rights we have as a human being, that first right is, see, in yoga, what we learn is about satya. सत्य मतलब क्या होता है? फर्स्ट बीइंग ट्रू टू योर सेल्फ.
Yes.
तो सपोज आपके मन में कुछ और है, बाहर कुछ और है, आर यू ट्रू टू योर सेल्फ? नो. That you feel that you have to take a stand for something, that something is wrong happening around the world, but you are like being passive, because most of us, like who attend these sessions, I feel are passive in nature rather than aggressive. We are mostly passive, and we struggle all our lives. There are like deep buried emotions that come up later in much uglier ways. So it is very important for us to learn these concepts, that if I am telling something, if I am taking a stand, it's not against the person, it against the situation. See, sometimes what happens is you love that person, suppose he's your father, your relative, or person whom you value a lot, हम उसको बहुत value करते हैं, and you don't want to hurt that person, but you know that that person is doing wrong, and if you don't take a stand, you are in fact hurting him more, हम उसको और hurt कर रहे हैं. So if you're taking a stand against it, it's not against the person, it's against the situation.
I know.
It's very important to like distinguish between soul consciousness and situation consciousness, that I am a soul, I'm not beneath you, I'm not superior to you, we are all equals. But this situation, I'm taking a stand against the situation. See, a very, very thin line, a very thin line. And if you are true to yourself, if you are honest, see, main thing is honesty, I believe here. Honesty is very important. If you are honest to yourself first and honest to the other person also, and before speaking, yes, we should put ourselves in other shoes also, so that we can be slightly diplomatic at times. But end of the day, if you don't take a stand, you are in fact harming that person more rather than respecting him. So that's what I felt, that पूरी जिंदगी में ऐसे दब के रहा थोड़ा, maybe to make others happy, I didn't take a stand, and I was like in a shell, always in a shell. But when I like stood up for myself, that what I like to do, what is my passion, and what I stand for, I literally like all the fears went away, and many avenues open up when you like be assertive in what you feel is right. So very
These
important to,
things,
yeah.
ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੇ ਨਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਾਣੀ ਨਾਲ ਜੋੜਿਆ. ਮਤਲਬ I read so much Guru Granth Sahib, but I love to read. कोई pressure च नहीं, but I love to read. I love to listen. These all good things I want to apply on me also. Trying
No,
to apply.
no, we all are in work in progress, and we have to keep trying, it's
I
very
always
important.
smile. Don't take things now for my heart. पहले बहुत ज्यादा serious थी. I have lot of बहुत ज्यादा बीमार सी. पर हुन I have recovered.
Congratulations, wow, this is like
I
goosebumps
was
for I think
eating
Buaji also,
80H.
that yes.
I was eating 80H blood pressure medicine. There is no BP medicine.
Very
काफी
good.
शुगर दी भी काफी ज्यादा लो हुई हैं. एक दो और चीजें बढ़िया अच्छियां पॉजिटिव हुई हैं. I am happy now for myself.
Beautiful, Ravindraji. Thanks for sharing these physical changes. See, when you heal your thoughts, because thoughts are things. See, what we think is very important. हमारे थॉट्स हमें बीमार कर सकते हैं, हमारे थॉट्स हमें ठीक भी कर सकते हैं.
मैं
ये
अपनी
समझना बहुत
फैमिली
जरूरी है.
ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ
Yeah.
फ्रेंड्स ਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਨੀ ਆ ਕਿ our thoughts are the creator of our future.
Absolutely.
I am really enjoying your company, Sabdi.
No, beautiful. Yeah, भगवान दास जी, आपको कुछ बोलना है? भगवान दास जी, yes, you can unmute yourself. भगवान दास जी, अनम्यूट करिए अपने आप को.
When Buaji was talking about the line, I think something.
Your voice is cutting. Your voice
No,
is cutting. Bhagwan.
Okay.
भगवान दास जी, your
Are
voice
you
is
able
breaking,
to
भगवान दास जी.
hear me?
भगवान दास जी, आपकी आवाज काट रही है.
Somebody has unmuted me there.
Okay. Someone has muted you there.
Now?
Wait.
Now is it okay?
I can hear your voice. I can hear your voice now.
Okay, I'll try after some time. You know, when you're talking about that
हाँ,
line.
आवाज आ गई, आवाज आई.
When you're talking about line, I went back to my childhood when we were going to a temple, Gurdwara, a lot of people rushing and pushing you. You know, that's when my father used to be very calm and quiet. Even if necessary, he has to fold his hands and say, okay, you please come in the light. We are also there. So we don't have to be assertive, but point is we can be humble and requesting people that, okay, this is what I am. The line, you are also there, I am also there. So let us follow it. So if you're not able to understand, I don't want to talk rough anyway, I'll hold hands and tell you to be calm and quiet.
Good.
That's what
Okay.
it
Yes.
took me back to my childhood.
Very good, Bhupanda ji. You shared this point that instead of being aggressive, आपने बोला assertive, instead of being aggressive, you can be humble and take your stand and take a stand
And be
against
still
what is
assertive.
wrong.
And be
Yes, be
still
assertive.
assertive.
Yeah.
Be still
Yes,
assertive.
yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes.
Very
Bhuaji, you want
good.
to add to anything, or you want to add anything to this experience, like Bhuaji?
No, it is okay. He's right. He said that being humble. Actually, assertiveness means this only, that your language, your body language, your eye contact, the time, the place, your humbleness, all has to be mixed together when you put in assertiveness. So if you join your hand and you say that we are also in the line, so you can also be in the line and all, it's okay. That is assertiveness.
And it's very important to take a right stand against the situation. Why? Because you are respecting the universe kind of thing. बल्कि अपने ऐसा है कि हम कहीं ना कहीं अगर अपने feelings को दबा रहे हैं, you are like dishonoring that creator. That you
Yes.
have this power of intellect. We have that
Yes.
vivek buddhi to distinguish what is right, what is wrong. We are not
Yes.
using that. If we are being just passive or aggressive,
Yes.
we are like just like not using our biggest faculty of intellect. कहीं ना कहीं उसको ignore करें. या परविंदर जी next, yeah.
Yes, I have learned a lot from Bhuaji. And what I feel is this, whenever we are in the present moment, when we are in the soul conscious level, then already we are in touch with our peace, our calmness, honesty, etc. And we are neither in the past moment nor in the future moment. You are in the present moment. So at that time, when all the good values are there with you, you can cope up with the situation, you can understand it in a better way. At the same time, you are unbiased towards yourself as well as towards the others also. It is very important. If you are at a wrong place, then you should definitely say, okay, I am wrong here and I accept. And then you can say to the other person, this can be improved in that way. So it's very important ਕਿ ਨਾਈਦਰ ਵੀ ਜਿਸਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਨਾ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਕਿ ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਾਸਟ ਦੇ ਵਹਿਣ ਚ ਬਹਿ ਜਾਈਏ ਤੇ ਨਾ ਹੀ ਫਿਊਚਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਖਰਾਬ ਕਰੀਏ। ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੋਲ ਕੌਨਸ਼ੀਅਸਨੈਸ ਲੈਵਲ ਤੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਪੀਸ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਕਾਮਨੈਸ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਓਨੈਸਟੀ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਟ ਮੋਮੈਂਟ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੈਟਰ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਐਂਡ ਨੌਲੇਜ, ਆਫ ਕੋਰਸ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਜਦੋਂ ਵਿਜ਼ਡਮ ਚ ਚੇਂਜ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਆਟੋਮੈਟਿਕਲੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ this is the situation and how to handle it. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਾਮਨੈਸ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਸਨੂੰ ਹੈਂਡਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਐਂਡ ਆਈ ਐਮ ਵੈਰੀ ਥੈਂਕਫੁਲ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਕਦੀ ਸਟੈਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈਂਦੀ ਸੀ, ਨਾ ਕਦੀ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ, ਕਦੀ ਆਂਦਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ, ਸਮਝ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਆਂਦੀ ਕਿ ਇਸਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਹੈਂਡਲ ਕਰਨਾ। ਸੋ ਜਦੋਂ ਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੈਕਚਰ ਲਗਾਏ ਆ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਵੀ ਬੈਟਰ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਹੋਣੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਪਹਿਲੇ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਲੱਗਦਾ। ਜਦੋਂ ਭੂਆ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਗਿਆਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੈ, ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕਣ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ, ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਡੁੱਬਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਹੈ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ, ਉਦੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਬੈਟਰ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਮਝ ਆਇਆ। ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਫਰੋਮ ਦਾ ਕੋਰ ਆਫ ਮਾਈ ਹਾਰਟ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ ਆਈ ਐਮ ਥੈਂਕਫੁਲ ਟੂ ਆਲ ਦਾ ਟੀਮ ਮੈਂਬਰਸ, ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਭੂਆ ਜੀ ਕੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਫਰੋਮ ਟਾਈਮ ਟੂ ਟਾਈਮ ਐਨਲਾਈਟਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਨਾਈਸ ਆਫ ਯੂ।
God bless you. That's lovely.
Thank you, Parvinder ji. Yeah, Surjit ji. Yes.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ। ਭੂਆ ਜੀ, ਮੇਰਾ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਜੋ ਸਾਡੀ ਲਾਸਟ ਕਲਾਸ ਹੋਈ ਸੀ ਫਰਾਈਡੇ ਦੀ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਹੈ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਕਰਨੀ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਸਮਝਿਆ ਕਿ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਮਤਲਬ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਮਹੀਨੇ 'ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੰਨੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨੇ ਨੇ ਜਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਦਿਨ 'ਚ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨੇ ਨੇ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਈ ਸ਼ੁੱਡ ਨਾਟ ਬੀ ਐਂਗਰੀ ਔਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਸਿਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਢੂੰਢਣੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਕਿਤੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਗਲਤ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਗਲਤ ਸੀ ਇਨ ਦ ਪਾਸਟ, ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਿ ਮੇਰਾ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ, ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸ ਰੁਕਾਵਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਸਮਝਾਇਆ, ਔਰ ਫਿਰ ਉਸਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਪੀਸਫੁਲੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ। ਜਦ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਕਰ ਲਾਂਗੀ ਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਔਰਾ ਵੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਬੈਟਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਔਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੰਮ ਹੋਣਗੇ, ਰਾਈਟ। ਭੂਆ ਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹੀ ਦੱਸ ਰਹੇ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਕਲਾਸਿਸ ਲਈਆਂ, ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹੀ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਨਾ, ਠੀਕ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਹਾਂ ਭੂਆ ਜੀ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ, the universe responds to you. It's doing nothing, it's just responding to us. ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਡ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ।
ਹਾਂ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਉਸ ਦਿਨ ਜਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਲਾਸ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਮਨੀਸ਼ ਸਰ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੱਸੀ ਕਿ ਜਦ ਵੀ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੋਈ ਕੰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਏ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸੋਚਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਇਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਹੀ ਮੇਰਾ ਭਲਾ ਸੀ। ਤੋ ਜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਇਆ ਔਰ ਜੋ ਸਰ ਦੱਸ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਇਹ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਕੰਪਲੀਮੈਂਟਰੀ ਨੇ ਜਾਂ ਕੰਟਰਡਿਕਟਰੀ ਨੇ? ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਇਹ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਦੱਸ ਦਿਓ ਕਿ
this is a way of watching. ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ, to be positive, always find a silver line. Always find a silver line. ਬਾਣੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ, ਦੁੱਖ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਸੁੱਖ ਮਨਾਓ। Same thing. That is why this says that maybe something better is in store for you. That means you become more positive now.
But I should not take the responsibility, or I should take the responsibility after being calm.
Being calm, being calm, being stable.
अच्छा, ਇਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ stable रहने वास्ते कि शायद कुछ अच्छा होएगा, and when I get stable, then I should work for my inner self कि मेरी responsibility है मैनू ठीक करना। मतलब both the things are working together.
बाणी ने स्पष्ट कर देता है, हर दुख में सुख मनाओ। Find the silver line in every of your things. Be positive in every negative question. Always. This is how that's what he was telling. Anju Manish, you can just carry on, Bacha.
Yeah, so see, our responsibility is towards our own thoughts, our own actions. We are not responsible for the results. So whatever the results are, we have to like accept it unconditionally if you want to live a like peaceful life. Because if we fight with the results, because that is not in our hands. We have a responsibility for our own actions. How can we control the results?
नहीं, मैं सॉरी, मैं आपको बीच में ही रोक रही हूँ।
No problem, no problem.
लेकिन अब जैसे हमने कहा, हमें ये करवाया गया आज तक, जब से जीवन जात जुड़े 3 साल में हमें ये करवाया गया कि टेक योर ओन रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। अगर आपका कोई काम गलत हो रहा है, अगर आपको ट्रिगर्स आ रहे हैं, तो पूरब लिखा पावस नानक रसना नाम जप रे। बाणी च लिखा है कि जो भी तू तेनू मिल रहा है वो तेरे ही काम सी, जो तेनू अगो जो पिछे तू गलत कीते, नाउ स्टार्ट डूइंग गुड थिंग्स, एंड ओही ट्रिगर्स तेनू आंदे रहणगे। ते टेक ओन रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एंड ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਸਵਾਰ ਲੋਗੇ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਡ ਕਰਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦੋਗੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੈਟਰ ਵੇ ਲਓਗੇ। ਲੇਕਿਨ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਸਹੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਏਗਾ ਤੇ ਹੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੰਮ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਹੀ ਹੋਣਗੇ। ਲੇਕਿਨ ਅਗਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਸੋਚ ਲਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਚਲੋ ਜੋ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੋ ਅੱਛੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਹੋਇਆ, ਹੁਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ, ਸੋ ਇਹ ਮੈਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਚਾਹ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ।
Responsibility, but you have to take responsibility. You have to keep on giving a full effort. Effort करते जाओ, कहने फल की आस मत करो। Maybe जो चीज करनी है needs more effort.
नहीं बुआ जी, एफर्ट मतलब फ्रूट वास्ते, पीस वास्ते मैं फ्रूट पीस चाहनी हाँ, मैं फ्रूट ते ही ते मैं अच्छे गुणा वाल चलांगी ना, जो वर्च्यूज वाल चलांगी, क्योंकि मैनू पीसफुल लाइफ चाहिए। फ्रूट तो मैनू चाहिए ही है ना एवरी टाइम।
No, that हाँ जी मनीष।
या तो मुझे याद आ गया, मैंने सेम क्वेश्चन किया था मेरे गुरु को योगा इंस्टीट्यूट में। आज द सेम क्वेश्चन दैट आई वांट पीस। ओके, जैसे आपने बोला ना मुझे तो पीस चाहिए, मुझे तो रिजल्ट चाहिए, तो उन्होंने सबसे पहले बोला ड्रॉप योर आई मतलब योर ईगो, दैट यू हु यू आर, ड्रॉप योर आई। नेक्स्ट इज ड्रॉप योर वांट्स, कि अपने सब डिजायर्स तुम ड्रॉप करो, व्हाटएवर इज लेफ्ट दैट विल बी पीस। तो मुझे याद आ गया, तो मैंने खाली बोला या बुआ जी वांट टू ऐड एनीथिंग?
आई वांट पीस।
तो आई को छोड़ दो, वांट को छोड़ दो, तो पीस
एक्चुअली
बच जाएगा।
मतलब पढ़ते पढ़ते कभी कभी लगता है कि हम मतलब ये चीज नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं, तो देन ओनली मेरा यही रीजन था पूछने का, क्योंकि
no
मैं
problem.
जो लॉज ऑफ यूनिवर्स वो जो बुआ जी ने लिखवाए हुए हैं उनको मैं रिवाइज करके आते हैं इस क्लास में। आज मैं क्लास लेट ज्वाइन कर पाई तो
थैंक यू। हाँ
Yes,
जी बच्चा।
thank you Sarji ji.
थैंक
Yeah,
यू
Avneet ji next. Yeah.
Yeah, hi Manish and Sat Shri Akal Bua ji. I
Hello,
want to, Hanji, I want to ask, like you said, ki there is something called passive, which I'm not talking about. There is another thing called aggressive, and the third thing is assertive. Now, if somebody is not trying to be aggressive, but that person is not diplomatic, so just na, whatever's in your heart comes out. So then you lose your diplomacy. So does that, and do you put that person in the aggressive bracket, or you would say ki he's assertive? Because he's saying, he's wanting to say the right thing, he's not meaning anything bad, but he's being misunderstood. So how
when you
would
mean to say
you
the trigger that is coming, तो अगला बंदा जरा बोल रहे हैं वो सही
respond
बोल
कर रहे
रहे हैं,
हाँ वो कर रहे हैं, respond तो ठीक कर रहे हैं, but वो
but it's
assert नहीं.
aggressive.
So other people take the person as being aggressive, but that person is not actually being aggressive, because you are pure in your heart, and whatever's inside it's coming out, and you want things to be just you want it to be fair and you want it to be correct. So does that mean that person is being assertive या aggressive हो रहा है?
I'll give you the answer for this. For example, the person is right, what he's saying, his tone is okay, and he's confident about it, and
Yes.
whatever matter it is absolutely 100% right. Bring it up.
Right.
Many people think कि he is overconfident.
Okay.
ये अपने आप को कुछ बहुत बड़ा समझता है. These are
Right.
myths, but this is actually assertive.
So
People
that means,
label it in a different way, and that is why when people are putting up something,
right.
they go, oh थोड़ा पीछे हट जा, वो पीछे इस वजह से हट जाते हैं कि भाई बोलेंगे तो लोग कहेंगे जी इसमें ते बहुत कमांड है, ये बहुत aggressive
Right.
है इस करके. So that is the reason why some people do not use the art of assertiveness.
Right.
Because people misunderstand them.
Misunderstand them. Right.
So
Absolutely.
that is why people at times do not execute this art of assertiveness, because people misunderstand them. But then when
Right.
you're using the art of assertiveness, you should. This is a very nice way of taking a stand. But people have a myth. They have
So-
a thing that people will think this way.
Yes. So that means it is that other person's perspective. It's not what
Yes,
you are trying to say, but it's the other person's way of understanding. So that
yes.
becomes his problem. It's not your
That is
problem.
his problem. Yes, that is
Right.
his problem. That is his problem.
Right.
But then people
right.
at times when they are assertive, they slacken out thinking people will misunderstand me. That is why they become the hinder. But no, assertiveness means when they are very strong, they are very confident, they have the knowledge, they have eye contact, they know the right and wrong, then everything is there and they put across. That is assertiveness. Agla the perceptive, that is their problem.
That is there. So you should not back out just with the thought that, how the other person is going
Yes.
to take it. So,
Yes.
so this reminds me very well of Vaji, what you said of responding. I remember when I got married, when you get married, you come into a different household, and sometimes your thoughts don't meet. Not that there is anything wrong between the relationships, but you cannot think like the other person, neither can that person. So for that whole family to accept one person becomes more difficult than, that one person is supposed to mix it in the entire family. So then my husband would say, okay, you don't like something, don't do it, but do not react to it. If somebody says, don't follow if your heart is saying not to do it, don't react. So that means your thing comes in that don't react, but respond nicely, take a pause
Yes.
and respond.
See, that is what they say. But then we go
Right.
more deeper into the study of spirituality. Then there is more deeper study in this. For example, someone has told you something and you don't like it because two
Right.
thoughts are not going to be the same.
Right.
So you give a pause, you give a pause, you give a pause. And in that time, you have to have the ability. That means na tonu andar भी ना रोसे गिले नहीं होने चाहिए. You have to be very
Right.
careful there.
Grudge nahi
Otherwise, you're making
nahi
karma.
Absolutely.
Grudge नहीं होना चाहिए. So this is later we study हंसी पहले चुप कर. For example, someone has told me, I don't say anything. I am passive about it. I just keep quiet. That means I'm not telling anything. But अंदर ही अंदर सड़ते बलते रहते हैं. So what do we do? We are making a lot of secrets, a lot of karmas and all. Then we spoil our health. This is where the stand comes. This is assertiveness comes. Where we have the knowledge, where we don't hurt other one, we don't even hurt ourselves. Ourselves is important to look after ourselves. This is where spirituality comes in assertiveness art.
Right.
ठीक है
Thank
ना?
you, Purji. Thank you. That's a very, very nice thought. That will, I think, always remain with me. And I just want to say one thing to Manish, which he said, about his guru telling him that you remove the I and you remove the want. So what remains with you is peace. So this is like a perfect, perfect thing I've heard today.
One more thing,
Thank you.
Avneet, to add
Thank
to
you,
you,
Manish.
One more thing, Avneet, one more thing, very important point that I want to add
Yeah.
here is what is your intention? So if somebody says, now suppose if I'm speaking to a senior person, like Bhuaji, like example Bhuaji. Now Bhuaji feels that I'm doing something wrong and she is being slightly aggressive with me. What is her intention behind it?
Yes.
Does she want to like shame me or does she want to like help me? So if somebody is aggressive to you, you think what is the intention behind it. At the same time,
Yes.
if you feel your child is doing something wrong or if your father is doing something wrong, then what is your intention behind being slightly aggressive? Because that is not being aggressive. You are just doing it out of your love.
Love.
So your
Right.
intention also matters a lot. Intention also
Yes.
matters a lot.
Yes. And this reminds me, Misha, I just want to say something here. When somebody said something to me, maybe they were very angry with me or whatever. So I took it in a very personal way. But then later on, I thought to myself, maybe she had a reason to say to me, and there's something which I'm not able to acknowledge or maybe see that I'm doing wrong, and it's in her eyes, that's the wrong thing. So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Avneet. Yeah, Amtesh. Next, Amtesh. Yes, quickly unmute yourself. Yeah.
Hanji, thank you so much, ji. Sat Shri Akal to everyone, and Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I find Vindhya Aunty and Manish ji very, very strong speakers, and it really helps. Hanji, बड़ा ही सोना लगता है. If I can, please, I want to share an example of assertiveness. I don't know it is right or not. Please, may I?
Yes.
Morning which ki honda, Aunty ji.
Can you come up to the screen, bacha? Can you come up to the screen?
No, Aunty ji, because of some really personal issue, I can't open the screen. Otherwise, I really hate if the camera is not on. I believe in you. I'm with you.
Okay.
Yeah, Hanji. ਤੇ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਛੋੜ ਰਹੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, and especially right now exams are going on, especially the board exams, all the other exams, all the levels. CBSE, Indian, jitne bhi hain, IGSC, IB, everybody. So everybody is in so much hurry. ਤੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਐਕਸੀਡੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਵੀ ਆ ਕੇ ਖੜੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ we don't want to get into that ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਫਿਰ ਹੋਰ ਡਰਾਮੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਪੇਪਰ ਵੀ ਲੇਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਲਦੀ ਨਿਕਲਣਾ ਹੈ even if you reach half an hour early, it's okay. You can sit in your class, please. ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਵਿਚਕਾਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਥੋੜੇ ਐਗਰੈਸਿਵ ਲੋਕ ਤੱਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਦੇ ਦੇਣੀ ਤੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਮੰਮਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਦੇਈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਪਏ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਦੇਈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਪਏ ਹੋ I said ਬੱਚੇ we still have time. I'm seeing the time. I'm seeing the light, I'm counting everything. But at the same time, Bache, I said, see, I had a surgery, Boaji, in Manish. I had a surgery in 2016 in my right knee. I had end-to-end ACL tear. So after that, I got a phobia not to take, elevators, escalators, even the car. I used to drive at high speed on the this thing on the highways, but now I get scared. I only drive, and my husband also, he says, nahi baba, you only drive in this area which is like बहुत necessity वाली चीजें हैं ਤੇ ਕਦੀ ਅਗਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਿਕਲਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ ਜਦੋਂ ਹਾਈ ਸਪੀਡ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਵੀ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਇੰਨਾ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਨਿਕਲ ਤੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਮੈਂ ਉਹੀ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਤੱਕੋ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਅੱਜ ਤੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਫਿਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਵੀ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਬਣਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਅਸਰਟਿਵਨੈਸ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਭੂਆ ਜੀ a little bit
what will you say, Manish? This is kindness.
Okay.
Kindness also comes in the second EQ. It comes.
Hanji.
It comes in kindness.
Okay.
When you give people place, the place you're giving. And that, there it comes. It comes on the second day. That comes in the
Okay.
growth and development kindness.
Okay. Thank you, Ji, because I thought to give them this example tomorrow when I go to drop them. So I thought better I confirm first and teach them the right thing. Ji, thank you, Ji. Thank you so much, Ji.
Thank
Waheguru Ji ka
you.
Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh, Ji.
I think Priya's hand was raising
Yes.
before.
Yeah. Yes.
disappeared.
Priya Singh has raised her hand. Yeah.
Priya, even I think
I
Jasmine
almost
was.
got an answer. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, Auntie, like after so much of wisdom, sometimes, you start empathizing with the other person and you don't want to react, or you choose peace and you understand the other person so much. So is it that you've chosen a passive path or it's assertiveness?
I mean, when there are problems with that person.
Yeah, for example, the other person is egoistic, rude, or whatever. But after, so much of spiritual knowledge, you build up your muscles, you empathize, okay, that person is, had that kind of a background, is weak, is wounded, God bless him, after your spiritual knowledge. So you choose peace at one point, then you also choose, to understand, probably it doesn't really bother you much. And then you don't want to react and you don't want to come up with the issues and basically to voice out. So is it assertiveness or is it passive mode?
Hanji Manish.
See, first of all, we should drop this notion that being spiritual is you cannot be aggressive or you cannot take a stand for yourself. Because kahin na kahin, what happens, see, this happened with me also. That if I'm spiritual, I should not do this. If I'm spiritual, I should wear certain type of clothes. If I'm spiritual, my conduct should be in this way. So we should drop this should word, we should drop from our dictionary that we should behave in a certain way. That is like a very wrong interpretation of spirituality. So Hitler, he was a vegetarian, he didn't eat non-veg, but who knows Hitler was. And on the other hand, a person who wears a miniskirt can be spiritual. So don't have this notion that if you're spiritual, you cannot be aggressive or you cannot take a stand for yourself. That's a very wrong understanding of spirituality in my knowledge. Goji, what do you think regarding this?
Yes, see what happens कि आजकल ये जो spirituality का word use किया जा रहा है ना, is a lot of things are being misunderstood also. A lot of things are being misunderstood. It is spirituality only which we take, you take a stand. This is a spirituality. When you take a
But
stand,
also,
many people. Hanji.
But aren't you also, you've taught us to empathize. When we
See,
the
yes.
person's situation, we empathize and we chose not to react. So what is it? We don't voice out.
What I'll tell you, what happened when you take the word empathizing. Empathy is what I told you. There are 5 types of empathies. You get into the person's shoe. Maybe you are having an emotional empathizing. That is where you are trying to understand the person's emotion. When we say spiritual empathy, that means you enter into the person's shoe. You understand the wound. You understand from where it is coming.
Yeah.
You know the solution, and then you give the solution, and then you do it. That is called empathizing, spiritual empathizing.
Yeah, exactly.
Then there is an emotional empathizing also. There are 5 of them, just not one. There are 5 of them you have to understand. Which empathizing is it? If you're going into the spiritual, if you say I'm a spiritual and empathizing, that means it's spiritual empathizing. That means you should already understand that you don't need a peace in the house and all. That person, you have to accept that person as a full package.
Yeah.
That person has a full package of sanskar. You have to accept the thing. It is okay. That is the way it is made. Everyone cannot be of 2 types. Everyone has their own thoughts. What you think is right may be wrong for her. What is right for her may be wrong for you. So that understanding, that knowledge has to be there. So you cannot say that you are being empathizing. Because you're understanding that peace rehna chahiye. Now I'm got used to. No. There's somewhere, there's a little bit of misunderstanding.
There is a little confusion, yes. There is little empathy, plus because you're not completely, completely spiritual, you're still on the path.
Yeah, you are still on the path. Spiritual empathy means getting into the person's soul, understanding the wound from where it comes, how to be treated. The
So
full
it means
solution
it's
should be there.
passive.
And where you
So
should
it
not be
means
also
it's
wounded.
not assertive. You're being
Ah.
passive.
Yes, somewhere. You're
So
being
you're trying to
passive.
basically escape and being passive and
Yes.
just, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, like someone mentioned in, like Bhuaji, someone mentioned in the chat box, like 40 years, last she's 40 years she's suffering because her husband is like very overpowering. इसने message किया, if you can come up on this, because this thing needs to be addressed, that people, that somebody mentioned, I'll read out, my husband feels that he's always right and I'm always wrong. He never allows me to talk. He says I am a kid right from the day I got married. It's been 40 years. It's like, what to say?
So I'll tell you something, that agar it is from 40 years, you have been like a doormat. You have not exercised your own powers. Power doesn't mean ki ladai jhagda. No. Your thought process must be from that 40 years, जो हमारी पुराने तरह की सिस्टम थी. शादी होने वाली हैं, बोलना नहीं है, ससुराल को संभालना है, आपकी अर्थी वहीं से. This is what our parents have been teaching us. We have been behaving like doormats there. So that type of a thought process, those type of emotion, that type of a mind you have been already taking for the last 40 years. And you have done what? You have put that man into a comfort zone where he is exercising everything on you. Whose fault? It is your own fault that you have been giving him the liberal to behave like that way. But yes, at the same time, I will say it's not your fault, because this knowledge was not available at that time. This is now how we are empowering each other. Now we say empower the woman. We say no, we have to empower the human. Human empowerment should be there, not only the ladies. Empowerment doesn't mean कि तगड़े हो गए तो हम लोग एक के साथ दो जवाब दे दी. No, empowerment means of the mind. मन को इतना तगड़ा करो, इतनी इमोशन, इतनी नॉलेज के साथ, that we should be able to handle the situations. 40 साल अपने किया ही नहीं, उसको ऐसे कंफर्ट जोन में डाल दिया उसको, वो तो एक्सरसाइज करेगा ही करेगा. But it is never too late, बच्चा, it is never too late. You can change the energy, but you have to go very slow and steady of how to do it, when to do it. That is what we have to learn.
That's what like Jivan Jaj, sorry.
Hanji Manish.
So that's where Jivan Jaj comes into play. I believe that here is one forum where you can come, you can speak your heart out, you can get like suggestions, you can get how to face the situation. Because the great work you guys are doing, मतलब जो जीवन जांच में हो रहा है, that people are coming up with these questions जो कहीं पूछ नहीं सकते, we cannot ask this anywhere. It's amazing that we have to take a stand for ourselves. How long will we suffer in life? Why should we suffer? That we are human beings. We are human beings. हम क्यों दब के रहें किसी से? Why? It's not being human if you are like not expressing yourself truly. You are like, it's a waste of life. I believe it's a waste of life, complete waste. Yes. And जब मालूम पड़ जाए उसकी, see, till now you are suffering because you are not conscious about this knowledge, about the self-awareness, about responsibility, about law of attraction. So many things we learned in the last 3 days. But now that you are aware, I believe my advice to Kawalji ji would be start attending these classes more, start making your own world. एक अपनी दुनिया आप अलग बनाए, where you meet like-minded people and automatically your state of mind will be uplifted. Although, see, you cannot change your husband. दूसरों को बदलना impossible है. You cannot change others. What you can change is your attitude. हम अपना attitude change कर सकते हैं towards life, towards other roles and responsibilities. So your role as spouse is one. But your role as a mother, your role as a maybe a mother-in-law, as a daughter, as a citizen of the society, so many other roles are there. So why should we like focus only on one role? ठीक है ना, husband ऐसा उसको रहने दो, let him be that way. You build your own world. Being associated with Jivan Jaj, such a beautiful organization. I get such positive energy from Jivan Jaj. Yes, thank you, Bhuaji, for sharing all this wisdom with me also. And it's really empowering to come to these sessions. Absolutely. Yes. So any more questions? Anybody has?
I also want to add something here. I
Who's
also
this?
want to add
Who's
something
this? Your
here.
name, please. Your name, please.
सुरजीत कौर ਭੂਆ ਜੀ ਜੋ ਹੁਣੇ ਕਵਲਜੀਤ ਕੌਰ ਜੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਈ, ਸੋ ਇਸ ਕਈ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਵਾਕਈ ਹੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਵੇਅਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਔਰ ਐਮਪਾਵਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਔਰ ਵੀ ਕੈਨ ਚੇਂਜ ਜੈਸੇ ਮਨੀਸ਼ ਸਰ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਲੀਵ ਹਿਮ ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਬਦਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ। ਇਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਐਸਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਕਰਵਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਚੇਂਜ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ। ਜਦ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਬਦਲਾਂਗੀ, ਆਪ ਸਵਾਰੇ ਮੈਂ ਮਿਲੇ, ਸੋ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਆਸ-ਪਾਸ ਵੀ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਵਰ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਐਮਪਾਵਰ ਹੋਈ, ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਲਿਆ। ਭੂਆ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਲਵ ਯੋਰਸੈਲਫ, ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰੋ। ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਕੀ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੀ ਜੋ ਓਪੀਨੀਅਨ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੱਚੇ ਦਿਲ ਨਾਲ। ਸੋ ਭੂਆ ਜੀ, yes, you have empowered us. This is a great thing you are doing for women world and whole human race. Thank you so much.
Thank you, yeah, thank you Surjit ji. So मैं एक story share करना चाहूंगा just to end the session. So this story is about a girl in Pakistan. Okay, so Pakistan में एक जगह है जिसका नाम है बालोचिस्तान, where women are not allowed to venture out of their homes. And there was a girl who wanted to become a singer. उसको एक singer बनना था. Her name is Eva B. EVA space B. And उसने एक song लिखा था about women empowerment. I would like to end. Vaji, can I end with a song? Session with a song?
Yes, definitely.
It's slightly rap. It's a rap song. थोड़ा fast है. And just listen to the wordings. It's very empowering for all the women since it's a women's day week. It's a women's day month. March 8th March
Yes,
तो women's day है.
yes.
So let's listen. This song is dedicated to all the women in Jeevan Janch. It's a beautiful song. You guys will love it. ये पाकिस्तान का song है वैसे. This song is Pakistan. Eva B is the singer.
जब जिंदगी अपनी है तो मर्जी दूसरों की क्यों, जैसा चाची लेगी मैं, तकलीफ दूसरों को होती क्यों, हिम्मत कभी नहीं हारनी पर फिर भी थम सी जाती मैं, न जाने किसका डर है कहीं उड़ के तो ना गिर जाएगी मैं, रास्ता ना आपके चलेगी मेरी इज्जत मेरे हाथ में, जाके नींद उड़ा के मेरा बनाएगी रात में, तुझे क्या पता है भाई चल सुन बहुत हार्ड में, हीरे की कदर होती है चोरी के ही हाथ में, मैं भागी नहीं है बस पागी हुई है, इसलिए ही तो दुनिया ये हावी हुई है, खुशी पे है ये जलती और गम पे खुश होती, इस सच से अभी मैं राजी हुई है। चलेगा अपना गाना भी चलेगा, चलेगा चलेगा अपना गाना भी चलेगा, चलेगा अपना गाना भी चलेगा, आएगा आएगा अपना टाइम भी आएगा, आएगा आएगा अपना टाइम भी आएगा, आएगा आएगा अपना टाइम भी आएगा।
So I also hope that someday we will be able to like live our dreams. So here's to all the girls, all the women in Jeevan Jaj. Everybody has joined. Just follow your dreams, follow your passion. Just stand for what you love to do because it's your life. हमारी life है, अपना time भी आएगा. So I'll end the session on this beautiful note. Thank you, Buaji, for enlightening us. Thank you all for joining. When we meet, Buaji, we meet next tomorrow.
Tomorrow 7 o'clock.
Yes. So
Another
see you all
3 days more
tomorrow.
to go. Tuesday,
Yes.
Wednesday, and Thursday. There are 3 more days to go. So we'll meet tomorrow at the same link
Evening
at 7
only.
o'clock sharp. Anji,
7
7 o'clock.
PM.
Yeah, same timing, same link. And it's going to be for next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Thank you very much.
Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Good night, please.
Every
All
Tuesday,
smile,
Wednesday,
all
Thursday, thrice a week. Thrice a week.
This is a series. This is a series for 3 more days. Okay. Not every week.
Wednesday, Thursday. Okay.
Not every week.
Okay.
Yes, all
Thank
of you
you.
on the screen. Yes, I can see the smiling faces. Yes, that's it. So see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock sharp with the same link.